First, I would like to thank these two ladies that allowed me to take the floor first. I would like to thank you in the name of organizers and my organization, European Movement in Serbia, that is one of the three organizers of this event. We are promoting European ideas since 1992, but we are taking heavy hits in the last few days in the Western Balkans by the European Union. So the conclusions that we will now present you are very much influenced by what we have heard in these past 3 days, but also what has been going on in Brussels. So Belgrade Security Forum calls for intensive re-engagement of the European Union in the Western Balkans. The future of the Western Balkans is in the European Union, which will not be complete without the Western Balkans. It is in the security, political, and economical interest of the EU to integrate the Western Balkans in its membership. So it's not one-way street at all. The global credibility of the European Union is at stake in the enlargement process. By failing to deliver on its promises once Western Balkan countries delivered historical compromises and necessary reforms, the EU is actually supporting anti-EU forces, promoting nationalism and the unaccountable behavior of local political elites. Freezing the accession process is counterproductive and irresponsible. It threatens the fragile peace in the Western Balkans. Therefore, the Belgrade Security Forum calls for the opening of accession talks with North Macedonia and Albania and awarding visa liberalization to citizens of Kosovo without any further delay. If the European Union really intends to take the path of geopolitical thinking and acting as it declared, the Western Balkans is the first step on this path, and it can't be avoided. EU integration is a state-building process that is necessary for the Western Balkan countries in order to build functioning institutions and resolve bilateral and regional issues. The business-as-usual approach to the accession process apparently doesn't work and has introduced unintended consequences, including democratic backsliding and state capture in the Western Balkans. Please, Sonia, take the floor.
Thank you. Vlada has presented the problem, and I'm going to present some of the solutions we've agreed on. So we think and agree with the previous panel that there will be no enlargement without stronger political leadership and vision, both within the EU and in the accession states. And what do we mean by leadership? We want leadership to be translated into intensified engagement, clear public messages, consistent narratives and behavior, as well as delivery of concrete incentives and early warnings based on a merit in each individual case. We want more of strict conditionality regarding rule of law, but that it's supported with engagement with all of the countries in the region, regardless of their position in the accession process. This means we want rule of law engagement also in Bosnia and in Kosovo. The fundamentals first approach to accession should be upgraded so to address the linkages among the different reforms. For example, lack of freedom of media and attacks on independent judiciary. But it should also be strengthened by supporting credible functioning of democratic institutions as an integral part of the entire accession process. We believe that EU integration is the best interest of Western Balkan citizens. We understand that democracy is under attack all over the world, but believe that EU is still the best place where democratic values are defended. We welcome the European Commission's blueprint action on strengthening rule of law within EU and believe that if EU does what it preaches at home, it's going to be even more credible globally and especially in the Western Balkans. And we call upon the leaders in this region to join the table and stop being a problem that is discussed at the European tables, but contribute to finding European solutions that are common. And one of the first problems we would want to be discussed is the problem of causes and perceptions of injustice, some of which we heard about at the last panel, some of which we heard about during the last 3 days. And especially the issues of social justice, both within Western Balkan societies and Europe, but also beyond Europe. And if you allow me on a personal note, this is the last time I'm at this stage as a director of Belgrade Center for Security Policy. I'll be here next year, but as a member of the board of BCSP. And I want you to welcome with me my successor, Igor Bandovic, who is from 1st November taking over responsibility for management of BCSP. Please, Igor. I hope you'll take an action and approach him after the closing and continue where we stopped. And my last personal notes, I want to thank my co-conspirators in idea that Belgrade could be the place for global discussions on security and foreign policy. And what I've said, the first day, it's easy to stand here when we have these people in a back. So without the teams of BCSP, European Movement in Serbia, and Belgrade Front for Political Excellence, this won't be possible.
As you all know, we started yesterday feeling that we just came out of a very cold shower. Now, let's move the gear. Let's move to figures and to you. We had 350 participants in the Belgrade Security Forum that has been organized for the 9th time. We had 100 speakers, out of whom 56 men and 44 women. So we will be at the very top of this kind of events again that have almost gender parity. Not yet there, but we promise we will work further to be there. We had participants from 30 countries, and we had more than 150 journalists reporting from 13 countries. So our goal from the very first day was that this is also an educational exercise, that we want high quality, smart debates, and that we can also broadcast, especially to the region, to our countries, and to help people understand that they have a potential to be part of the global debate, to be part of the tendencies, gatherings, in fact, of the European Union in the future. I think we reiterated this message, and I am very proud, first of all of you who have been with us on this trip. But this trip wouldn't be possible if we wouldn't have, first and foremost, all our partners who are supporting us along these quite serious 8 years of challenges, hurdles, and successes. 8 years. 9th forum, 8 years. First one, it was in 2011. I can't mention everybody. They are all on these lists, but I do absolutely must mention our strategic partners. The Kingdom of Netherlands, the Open Society Foundation, the Robert Bosch Foundation, the UN Development Programme, and the Balkan Trust for Democracy. Thank you once again for being with us. Then we need to mention our strategic media partners, Tanjug, N1, and the European Western Balkans. This is all true what I said. Without them, we couldn't complete the journey up to this very day. But there is something else without whom there would be no journey whatsoever. And these are the people working all day around to make the Belgrade Security Forum possible. Let me remind you again, 3 civil society organizations are organizing this whole thing. So our program team was led by Marko Savkovic and Stefan Vladisavljev. Our executive part was led by Svetlana Stefanovic, Nebojša Miljanovic, Vladimir Kolar, Marko Sibinovic, Izidora Stakic, Dragana Belanovic, Marija Gnjatijević, Olga Boškov, Maša Živojinović, Đorđe Cvijović. Thank you, people. This was a real effort. What we feel through all these years is that you come also to the Belgrade Security Forum because you feel good. You feel hampered and tempered in this surrounding. That wouldn't happen without our volunteers. They are all here and they are our major strength. Thank you, young people, for this support. While I ask the volunteers to join us here at the stage, I will also give you the most important piece of information I can. The next 10th Belgrade Security Forum will be in 2020, October 21 to 23. Please put it in your calendars and remember to check your calendars from time to time, and then later on we will remind you. And with this, our 9th Belgrade Security Forum is concluded. Once again, thank you all for being here. The team is very shy. Please come. Please come.